Aloha to all of you, it's the Traveling Bee. Put on your wings, let's go for a trip. We'd be inviting you to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for all notifications. Hit the like button and share the aloha of the videos with friends and family. We'd be thankful. We'd be in beautiful Lāwa'I Valley on Kaua'i's south shore. We are heading Mauka, or towards the mountains, into the valley, and then we'll take a trip Makai side, or on the ocean side. Lāwa'I Valley is lush and green. There's a short hike to a waterfall up through the valley here, and the well-known ice cream entrepreneur Walter Lappert of Lappert's Ice Cream used to once own a home over here. It's almost as if you'd be rolling downhill going up one of those. We have here all along the river of Lāwa'I Valley hau bush that's used for things such as rope or to make hula skirts from the inner bark of the tree. So after you scrape off the outer bark, the inner bark will be soaked and you can twist it together for roping and many other uses. The Tahitian grass skirt and Micronesian grass skirts are made from this hau bush as well. The hau bush is found along the riverbanks of most rivers here in Hawaii. The flower starts out a beautiful light yellow in the morning, and by the afternoon it turns to a dark orange with a tinge of red. And people say when the hau bush flower turns red, the sharks are out and about. And the beautiful river running through the valley here is said to have properties for healing and restoration. Water was the main resource valued here in the Hawaiian Islands in ancient times because it is the life-giving waters. So if you had water in abundance, as we do here on Kaua'i, you were said to be vai, which means wealthy in Hawaiian. The word vai means fresh water. And I'm sure you've heard plenty of place names in Hawaii that begin with the word vai or have the word vai in them. Place names give information, like where to find fresh water. And since we're on the subject of place names, what does Lāwa'I mean? Well, some people say it comes from the word Lāwai'a, which means fisherman. And there is a fishing shrine down at Lāwa'I Kai, which means Lāwa'I's shoreline area. And others say that it means the setting of the sun, or something to that effect, based on its original root words and variations of them. And the best way to find out these answers are to always ask the local people who have lived here for generations, and reading old Hawaiian newspapers from the 1800s, where a lot of stories, chants, songs that contain all the information have been printed and translated. And unfortunately, sometimes information is lost. The last person who has the information dies without it being passed on. But traditionally, Hawaiians had no written language. Theirs was an oral history that has been passed down for generations through chants such as the Kumulipo, which is a chant that tells of the origin of the Hawaiian people. And it was very important for people to memorize those. And they were even kahuna or the priests that would have to memorize chants like the Kumulipo that were over 2,000 lines long, talking about having a memory. This would enhance their abilities to remember lengthy songs, dances, memorizing the star patterns for navigation. So the boundaries of the mind knew no limits. Down here in many yards and growing along the side of the road and river, you might see varieties of ginger. We have the shampoo ginger that's red. We have white ginger and yellow ginger, whose fragrance loves to be captured in a lei. We also have the pink and red varieties of torch ginger, and when you squeeze those, they give off a lemony, peppery smell. Very interesting. You can see the lovely gardens that are here down Lāwa'I Valley. It's pretty much pasture land as well. Sadly though, the rivers may contain leptospirosis, which can get into open cuts, fingernails, toenails, and it's a bacteria that's caused from the waste materials from the cows and other feral animals getting into the watershed and into the rivers. Thus, the water is more pure as you go up the mountains, including up at the very top of Mount Wai'ale'ale. That's the purest water you're going to get, but it is a crater that's about 4 or 5 million years old, so it's razor sharp edges and you can't get up there. But we benefit from the waters that come down from there, and that is why the word water in Hawaiian, vai or vai, meant wealth, and anything that contaminated the water was going to be detrimental. And contrary to what other people do, ancient Hawaiians never used rivers for bathrooms. That was a big no-no. Actually, if you were caught doing that in a river, you received what we call the hoi kapu, which is the paddle of taboo, which means if you break a taboo or the kapu, you're going to get struck in the head. And we all know if you get struck in the head hard enough, you will die. So contaminating the water system here is frowned upon. This should look familiar to you. This is Spouting Horn. This is the shoreline area of Lāwa'I known as Lāwa'I. This famous blowhole, known as puhi, makes a roaring sound as the air and water push through it from the force of the waves. Legend has it that a large mo'o or lizard named Kaikapu, meaning forbidden sea, lived down here at the shoreline. He had a bad attitude and a bigger appetite. He would hide from the fishermen so that he could catch them and satisfy his appetite. One day, a young man named Liko went fishing for his parents, and he was caught by Kaikapu and chased. He went into the lava tube and came out where he arrived on the shoreline, and Kaikapu followed him and forgot he was too big to make it all the way through the lava tube. So he got stuck. And the roaring that we hear coming out of the puhi, or the spouting horn today, is said to be Kaikapu, stuck in the lava tube, moaning and groaning. We're down by the Lāwa'I Beach Resort with the Lāwa'I Beach Resort video cam. Everybody look for me! Look for me, the traveling bee, on the Lāwa'I Beach Resort webcam. Mahalo nui loa to all of you for joining me, the traveling bee, on this trip from Lāwa'I Valley, Mauka, all the way down to Lāwa'I Kai. As we say in Hawaiian, until we meet again, a hui ho and aloha. The shaka sign is the official gesture for the state of Hawaii. Hawaii is the only state to have an official gesture. We'd be wearing fat jimmies of Hawaii. Don't just be fat, be comfortable. Travelin' Bee trips are filmed entirely on location in Hawaii. Remember, you don't have to live in Hawaii to share the aloha spirit. Show a shaka and share the aloha.